triathlons can begin with a number of different swim starts, but the one that often worries people the most is the beach entry.
But it really isn't that hard. Do it well and you can get yourself into a good position from the start and look good for your fans.
So today we're going to be showing you how to do a beach start.
Now before you tear it into the water, you should take a walk in to see how it feels underfoot and to make sure there isn't anything that you need to avoid under the water. You can simply do this with a swim recce prior to the event or during the warm-up on the day of the race.
You'll want to run in as far as you can before you dive and actually start swimming. Now some beaches will have a dramatic drop-off, whereas others will be really gradual. So if you walk in, you can work out roughly where you need to take that dive. And I use the marker of where the water comes to just above my knees.
Also, look out for any obstructions, safety points, and even drop-offs during the entry. For an organised event, it's unlikely there'll be any unsafe objects during the run-in, but it's still worth checking so that you have full confidence to run in at speed. And now that we've recce'd the entry, let's move on to the run-in.
If you want to build your confidence, then I'd suggest practicing it in the shallow so you can run back and forth, just stay parallel to the shore, and then as you do get more confident, you can just head out a little deeper.
When you run into the water, you want to lift your knees nice and high and flick your feet out to the side so that they don't catch the water. I know it looks silly, but it works. You want to put a big spring into your step as you get deeper to make sure that you clear the water and get as far as possible. Back to the run in, and once you feel deep enough or your feet start to catch, then you should dive forward. You don't want to do this too soon, otherwise you'll likely get a mouthful of sand or it won't be deep enough to begin swimming. So getting that high knee and your feet out to the side is really important.
When it's time to dive, use the momentum from your run to throw yourself forwards. Try to extend with straight, streamlined arms and flick your legs up behind you as if you're trying to go through a hoop that's floating on the surface of the water.
If you do happen to catch your legs on the water and essentially trip yourself, that's fine, just style it out like you meant to. No, but in all seriousness, you can. As you catch and fall, just utilise it and prepare for the dive. That way, you're using the momentum and nothing is lost.
Try not to go too deep on your dive so you can come up to the surface and start swimming as soon as you can. If you are still in really shallow water, however, you can add in some dolphin dives before going into your full stroke. But we'll be covering more on that in another video.
Obviously, waves can make this a little more tricky, though unfortunately we don't really have any waves here today, but you will want to keep an eye on any upcoming waves as you're running in, and then making those big steps over the waves, and then as you get deeper, consider trying to dive over the wave before it hits you, or for those serious swells, try and dive through and under the wave. Just avoid that white water.
With all of that excitement, you might well have forgotten about the swim buoy that you're supposed to be heading towards. So after your dive, put in a few strong strokes to maintain that momentum, and then start sighting towards the buoy to make sure that you're still on track.
Well, that was a lot of fun, and we hope that's helped you for your next triathlon with a beach start.
Yeah, you might feel a little bit silly or self-conscious practicing some of those drills with the high knees going into the water, but I promise the more you do it, it'll soon become entirely normal. And if you want to catch more videos from GTN, you can subscribe by just hitting the globe. And if you want to practice open water skills in a pool, there's a video for that just here.
And if you're looking to improve your confidence in the open water, you can see our open water confidence video just clicking here.